Good afternoon, all of my Winnona chat friends. I'm here today in Atlanta, very rainy, drizzly day, with this year's 25th anniversary of the Martin Luther King Jr. March Parade. As you know, Martin Luther King and his wife, Loretta Scott, were advocates of equality for all people, black, white, gender non-conforming, so that we have a place here today to make our presence known, our voices heard, and our desire to move forward in equality for all people today. We have to show our support for this on a yearly basis, and then after that special celebration, we need to live a day-to-day life of equality and acceptance for all people. So as a transgender woman, I walk with the people, walk with the people. So let's all try to keep this spirit of Martin Luther King Jr. in our hearts, minds, and souls for 365 days, not just the one. In our thoughts, words, deeds, and attitudes. I'm going to walk now, but I don't want to keep talking at the same time. I'm going to slow down. I'll see you back in my room.
In shades like Marc shall go. These days, everybody speaks of love so loud. They shout as if love were something owed them, like something they can order around, like
breakfast. Actually, originally was named the Bayard Rustin Breakfast in 2002. And it started, it was founded by Darlene Hudson and myself. Darlene is a fellow community organizer and sister. And we were both working with the Atlanta Gay Lesbian Center. And because the center was near the March lineup site, we thought we could take advantage of that and give people the opportunity to come together before the march and break bread, get educated, learn more about the life and work of Bayard Rustin and other unsung heroes of civil rights and social justice movement, and also to just connect and give each other the support that they need. And the breakfast has grown tremendously over the years. And a lot of that also had to do with the fact that the march itself has been so inclusive of us, as being gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, questioning, intersex, however we identify or don't identify. The March Committee has always welcomed a place for us at the march. And so it was a no-brainer to have an event that really celebrates us and celebrates our connection to the March. And so that's why we did it. We recognize that, you know, in this culture of convenience where so many of us are connecting by Facebook and text, you know, it's kind of like we've become used to this sort of fast food kind of intimacy, right? So we have to make sure that we made the time and set the table for people to really connect live and have those discussions so that we can be nourished not only by the food for our bodies, but by the smiles and the words of encouragement and the love that we share in this space together. So thank you for being a part of this. Here we centralize the lives and experiences of Black, lesbian, gay, bi, trans, queer, questioning, all of that, as people who dare to walk with their full selves in any space they occupy, and thus make it possible for us to be freer, all of us. We focus, and we're going to have an emphasis at this breakfast on HIV prevention justice, because we feel that that's an inalienable right, if I can say that, for all, especially young Black gay men, Black women, gay men of all colors, transgender, and individuals who use injection drugs. We're also emphasizing gender justice, particularly for those who are transgender, so that, again, we continue to fight so that we have a society, we maintain a sustained society where people are free to be who they are regardless of their gender identity. We value the tradition of freedom fighters and how this movement and the work that we do has roots in earlier traditions. So we're not just celebrating Bayard, Rustin, and Audre Lorde, those angelic troublemakers, as Bayard would say. But also, I mean, look back at the Stonewall riots. We honor the first lesbian who punched the policeman back at the Stonewall.
In the hidden constellation, joining the twilight sky, like starry bright, we're soaring over.
Miraculous, and that nobody can take away from us. And that's what gives us back our shape and gives us back our path, despite the adversity that we face. And I also am having the opportunity to witness resilience with my partner, gorgeous genius, up-and-coming filmmaker and musician Julia Roxanne. We're engaged in a national experiential archive project of amplifying generations of queer Black brilliance. And so we're talking with people all the time who say, how have they continued to live their purpose for decades despite everything? And so I feel like maybe it's appropriate because we're in a church space, I feel like a witness that I want to testify to the resilience, especially of Black queer community, because it's everywhere. And it makes me feel brave when I don't know how to feel brave, and it makes me feel like myself when I almost forget who I am.
Say a lot.
I want to affirm that you shared them and shared such wonderful things with us. I just want to add mine since I'm individual. So last year around this time, I conducted research for my dissertation about Black queer people and their ideas of family. And so when I think about resilience in my life, I want to draw on a theme that each of you sort of pointed to, which is the element of community that's necessary, right? Like, what made it possible, what makes it possible for me to be a person who creatively survives different things that happen, is that I can draw on experiences and stories that other people share. So it means a lot to be able to learn from what people are doing. And then there's something else. There's a little bit of elasticity that I sort of take for granted that we have in ourselves, right? So something about resilience for me is that it's not just something that allows me to block, sort of be defensive when adversity reaches me, but instead it allows me to absorb and still respond. Absorb things that are happening in my life for real and in our community, and respond as a healthy and whole being. And I think that that's an important piece of sort of paying attention to what circumstances we go through and we face, and also the possibility of us being powerful in those moments. So, also as a model for the group, I wanted to give us an opportunity to.
They're kind of ignorant sometimes about HIV and AIDS, you know, or the gay community. And one day she said something, and she was like, "He looks sick. He looks sick, da this and that." And so I had to correct her on that. I said, "You mean by looking sick? You don't look sick. You can feel sick, but you don't look sick." So, at home I deal with it as well. I have been in situations with friends where, when it came to HIV and AIDS or about myself being positive, they would make an ignorant remark. And the funny thing is, it brings up the whole room went crazy when she said it because they knew how I was going to react. So, but I like Clinton said, I nip it in the bud right there. I get you straight. Once I hear it, I tell you, hey, that's not cool. What if the shoe was on the other foot? Would you like to talk about you like that? Thanks for that.
What does resilience look like? It doesn't really have a pace. It doesn't have a way to approach it. It's exactly why you have to be vocal about it. People are very unassuming. Either some people think I am a man or they think that I'm not queer at all. So on both accounts, you just kind of like, yeah, I'm just thinking for a guy a lot. I play with my mouth and they're like, oh, you're 12. You're just strong. So you get a lot of, because I don't fit a particular look, and I don't think anyone fits a particular look.
Right.
You have to be very resilient because it happens anywhere. And have you feeling how you can't manifest in your life? Well, just like I said, people are assuming certain things just because they see me down the street, or not assuming certain things, like being hit on by guys, and it's like, that's interesting because the woman up down the street just thought I was a boy, and now you're like hitting on me, and it's like, I just don't fit a particular label of perception, so that's what people
I know, right? I'm sorry, I'm glad you know. Really?